We all know that unpack means remove the content of a bag or package. But do you ever know that analyzing, analyzing something into its component elements, something which is like full, which you are breaking it into your component elements, it's also unpack. Unpack this question, and also in computing, convert the data from a compressed form to an usable form, zipped files. You can say unpack the files and directories. If you consider this as a line, this is parallel, which both are going in equal. Okay, so this is parallel. Unparalleled means it's not comparable. Okay, unusual or incomparable or unmatched, or it is no parallel or equal, or it is very unique. They both are not parallel. You cannot compare this. It's so unique. An unparalleled opportunity to change society through election, which means nothing else can be compared to election. It is such a unparalleled thing. Picking is you're taking something. What is unpicking? You're keeping it back? No. Unpicking is also you're taking something which is unwanted, like not unwanted. Carefully analyze the different elements of something, especially in order to find faults. Okay, to find fault, you can say, don't unpick my past, don't unpick the past. Okay, so which means you're picking again from the past. Usually unpicking means undo the sewing of the clothes. I unpicked the seams of his trousers, which means he removed the stitchings. You're keeping so many things, and finally I don't know where to place this, and this is unplaced, which means it's not having assigned to a specific place. But place is usually for people, but here place is also for the race place, first place, second place, third place, especially in horse racing, not one of the first three to finish in a race or competition. The horse or something that did not win any place in the competition is unplaced. Okay, unpleasant, we all know, just so annoying. An unpleasant smell is coming, which means an annoying smell. And regarding a person or manners, unfriendly and rude. Okay, when drunk he could become very unpleasant, which means he is not pleasant, pleasing. We all know that plumbing is something more related to water. So unplumbed is of a building or room not having water and drainage pipes connected or installed. An unplumbed house, but not only for water, sometimes not fully explored or understood, is also called unplumbed. For example, the values of good virtues still unplumbed. Okay, we can use. An unpopular is very simple, not liked or unloved. He was unpopular at school. An unprecedented is what? A president, it's not important, it's something different. Okay, so which is very unusual or never done or known before. Coronavirus and the lockdown is an unprecedented situation. During this unprecedented situation, we should be very careful. Which unprecedented means we have never seen like this. It's very unusual. We all know what is unprepared. If we are unprepared, we will be hesitant, right? So unprepared is hesitant, not willing to do something. They were unprepared to accept the proposal because it was immediately said. Okay, also unprepared is not ready. Painting on unprepared canvas, which was not prepared for painting, and she was totally unprepared for what happened next. It is understandable what is unprepared. Next is unprepossessing. Here possessing means you usually possessed with the spirit, but here prepossessing is the beauty. You born with the beauty, you prepossess that. So unprepossessing is not attractive or appealing to the eyes. Despite his unprepossessing appearance, he had an mind-blowing speech. Okay, next is unpretentious. If you pretend to be something, you will be like show off. So unpretentious is like you are so humble and just straightforward, not having any boasting things, or not having any pretentious things. So it is basically without airs, straightforward and natural, very natural, a friendly and unpretentious hotel. Okay, basically it is of a place, they used to say of a place, very pleasantly simple and functional. Unpretentious house, which means it's just simple and straightforward and functional. Unprincipled, principle means being moral and ethical. So unprincipled means being immoral and unethical. An unprincipled womanizer is someone who has many women as girlfriends at the same time. He's not being loyal to one single woman. So an unprincipled opportunist, which means he doesn't have one right idea. If something is bad and he will get more opportunity from that situation, he will just incline to that situation rather than being straight, rather than being thinking straight. He will just adjust with that opportunity and he will make use of that. So he is for example, I can say, if a girl child is supporting a father, and finally when the mom asks, why are you supporting? Because you said so. She is just, the girl child is just taking the advantage of the mother's word. She is making use of the opportunity, but it is good. Sometimes it is called as an unprincipled thing. Okay, an unprincipled opportunist. Unprintable, as it says, of word, comment or thoughts too offensive or shocking to be published. His first reply was very unprintable. Unprofessional is also, you're not being very professional. If a teacher is a professional and she is not behaving like a teacher, you can call them as unprofessional, which is unethical. A report on unprofessional conduct. If a teacher is like hitting, it is not a professional thing to do, so that is regarded as an unprofessional conduct. Okay, also an unskillful or unskilled thing is also called unprofessional. He accused the detective of being unprofessional, which means he is not doing his profession correctly. He is unprofessional. Unprofitable means it's not yielding financial gain or profit in a business or activity. The mines became increasingly unprofitable, which is not earning any money. Of an activity not beneficial or useful. Unprofitable speculations, what you are doing is not going to earn any money. Unprompted means it is said, done or acting without being encouraged or assisted. Unprompted remarks, usually prompted means if you are struggling, you just give a hint, that is prompt. Unprompted means without any hint or any support or any assistance, it comes naturally from you, that is unprompted. And the remark said was unprompted. Now it is U and Q. So unqualified, which means he is not qualified or untrained, unqualified teacher. Or sometimes it is unprepared. I am unqualified to write about football because I don't know anything about that. I am not prepared. Or the next thing is total, complete and unadulterated. Okay, the experiment was not an unqualified success, because unqualified means it's not a total success. Okay, and that's all about unqualified. So unquestionable is not able to be disputed or fought because it's very clear, or doubted because it's very perfect, or it is very decided, or it's very clearly proven. His musicianship is unquestionable. Okay, his sincerity is unquestionable. Okay, now it is all about UNR. Unravel is ravel. What is ravel? I don't know. Ravel is actually undoing twisted or knitted or woven threads. Basically, is that anything to do with the threads? Yes, because unravel is undoing. For example, he cut the rope and unraveled its strands. Okay, and also it is investigate and solve or explain something complicated or puzzling, confusing. Okay, they were attempting to unravel the cause of death. Basically, it's thread and something related with the brain, you're unraveling. And next is unready. You all know not ready. She was young and unready for motherhood. And archaically, it is slow to act or hesitant is also called as unready. He is unready to go out. And next is unreal, which is, yeah, something is imaginary or illusory. For example, in the half light, the tiny cottages seemed unreal. It looked like, very fanciful and doesn't exist in the world, something like that. Or unrealistic. She has unreal expectations of marriage, which is like fanciful. And actually, informally in North American, unreal means amazing or incredible. You can say, oh, your dance is so unreal, which means it's amazing. Unreasonable is sometimes annoying or uncooperative, or my unreasonable daughter, which means my annoying daughter, my unreasonable husband, my annoying husband. And something that is not having the correct reason, which is illogical or excessive or senseless. The bill placed unreasonable demands, or it is an unreasonable request. You want to have a sleepover, which has no logic. Why would you have a sleepover with Sweetie? Because she's just up and does that. Sounds so senseless. So that is unreasonable. And next two words means the same thing, continuous and non-stop. I don't know how to remember this, because unrelenting and unremitting. Unrelenting is non-stop, or not willing to give up. The heat was unrelenting. Okay, and also unrelenting. You're lending something to someone, like someone is borrowing from you, which means you're merciless. Because unrelenting also means you're merciless and tough. Okay, it was an unrelenting fight, which means it's a merciless, tough, and also continuous fight. It has two meanings. One is a non-stop or not willing to give up, and the second meaning is merciless and tough. The next word is unremitting. It also means continuous, hard, never relaxing, non-stop. Okay, it is an unremitting drizzle, which means it's continuous. Okay, so with heat, you can use this in the regular sentences. It is a summer, you say it is the heat is unrelenting, like a scorching sun, and the heat from the scorching sun is unrelenting. And when it is rainy season, you can say the drizzle is unremitting, an unremitting drizzle. Unrequited. It is written as quit, but when you say it, you have to say quiet. Unrequited. What do you understand by that? Not being quiet? Yes, actually, unrequited is you're not being quiet and opening up, but it is actually you're being quiet about your love. Yes, because of a feeling, especially love, not returned. You are actually being quiet. You're not expressing. That is unrequited. Not required, not returned. You can say unrequited love. But my love, my kids don't have an unrequited love, because they just express it. And next is unreservedly. Unreservedly means, reserved means you're very introvert, not speaking, talking to anybody. Unreservedly is opposite to that. You're frank and bold, okay, and open, communicative. An unreserved young man, which means he's very bold. Also, not booked in advance, okay. Unreserved seats in trains. Has the seats are reserved, which means it's been booked? No, the seats are still unreserved. Without reservations, complete, okay. Unreserved support, which means without reservations means a complete. I don't hold my feelings, my support to half support to myself because I'm doubtful. No, I'm completely support. Unreserved support, okay. Unreserved support, okay. Next is unrest. Unrest is a feeling of disturbance and dissatisfaction in a person, okay. The excitement, unrest of her own life, which means still little disturbance or confusion. Also, this is a disturbing feeling. Next is a protest or anxiety or disorder, years of industrial unrest. Basically, you are just disturbed, and because of that, there is some kind of anxiety. What will happen? So there are two meanings. One is your kind of disturbed feeling, and the second is the anxiety, or because what will happen. It's kind of related to the vicious cycle, the excitement and unrest of her own life. Okay, the kind of disturbance and dissatisfaction she always have. She has the excitement as and unrest. Next word is unrivaled, which means better than everyone or everything of the same type. It's like unparalleled, you're unique. Okay, the paper's coverage of foreign news is unrivaled, which means no other the rival, their opposite, the competitors are not able to bring a news just like them. So this newspaper is just over the top. It's like very good, unrivaled, no one is compared to them. Unroll is open from a rolled up state. Okay, basically it's straighten. Unroll the mat or unroll the blanket. And unruly is uncontrollable, wild or wayward or unmanageable. She was scolding the unruly child. Ruler is basically is a straight one, so unruly is not straight. It's like basically you're not able to manage it. Ruler is to manage the numbers, so it's something to manage the numbers. Basically it's manageable. And unruly is unmanageable.